There is absolutely nothing wrong with the jobs market right now. You are the problem. Something that I hear more and more lately is people making the assertion that there is something inherently wrong with the jobs market right now. The jobs market is so bad, the jobs market is so thin, there's just nothing out there, there's no opportunity out there. And the problem that I have with people making statements like this is it's acting as if there is something objectively wrong with the environment that they're in and completely outsourcing any kind of responsibility for the kind of outputs that they're getting just into the big blue beyond. They're completely off-putting any level of agency that they have over their own situation onto outside forces that they can't control. And these are the same people that, if you ask them, will tell you they sent 5 applications last week. For the most part, if you are somebody who thinks there's something wrong with the jobs market, in my experience, anecdotally, you are probably somebody who is just not sending out sufficient volume in order to get something back from that. You are probably the problem. It's probably not the jobs market. The thing with sending out very, very small numbers of applications is that you never really get enough data to make decisions on whether or not what you're doing is actually effective. You might say, but where do I find jobs to apply to? I just can't find jobs to apply to. And the truth of the matter is, there is always something you can be doing to find new opportunities. There's opportunity everywhere if you know where to look and if you're willing to apply yourself. But you can't come in with this attitude of, well, I'll send 5 applications this week and sit back and relax and hope that I hear something back. And if I don't, then it must just be that the jobs market's broken. That's the only possible solution. It can't be anything to do with my approach or lack thereof. I'm big on improving applications, right? It's a big part of the recommendations that I give. It's a big part of the advice that I give to my clients. But a big part of this entire process, which is arguably even more important, is actually just doing enough work in order to make good data-driven decisions about the approach that you're taking. And sending 5 applications in a week is honestly just not going to cut the mustard. The same way that if you took one sales call and closed that sales call, you would be very, very foolish to assume that your close rate will remain at 100% throughout your career. Likewise, if you send 5 applications, don't follow up with them or follow up lazily and slowly and don't hear anything back. You can't just assert that your conversion ratio is always going to be 0. You can't just assert that you're a terrible candidate, or worse still, that there's something inherently wrong with the jobs market. Let me say this again. There's opportunity everywhere once you know where to look. I mean, there is certainly no shortage of businesses for you to reach out to and offer your services to. This comes back to the mindset that I recommend you follow, which is that, or the mindset that I recommend you assume, which is that you are no longer trying to be an employee, you are trying to be a sales contractor, right? That is to say, you're not looking for one job, you are looking for an entire span, an entire pipeline of opportunities that you can either politely accept or politely decline. The only way that you can build that up is by sending a lot of applications and reaching out to a lot of businesses and following up with them all regularly until you either get a yes or a no from each application. In the worst possible case, you get a no, and now you've got data to work on. If you are actually following a stratified process, not just haphazardly sending out applications when you see an opportunity pop up. You must build a process which allows you to generate sufficient volume to actually be able to gain actionable insights on what you're getting back from that. And to be honest with you, you've got to send enough volume to actually get anything back whatsoever, or at least to be able to expect to get anything back whatsoever. Honestly, I would put volume higher up the scale than the quality of the applications. I would rather see somebody send out enough to hear something back before diving deep into the quality of what they're actually doing, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to learn what you need to improve based on that process, but only if you are sending out enough volume to actually hear something back. So no, there is nothing wrong with the jobs market. There is something wrong with your approach most of the time. And the way that we fix that, first and foremost, is by sending out enough into the market in order to actually gain some insight on what we're getting back and to actually expect to hear something back in the first place. From that point, we can go and improve your approach, but you've got to be sending enough volume in order to actually see something back from that and to actually gain something back from that you can work upon to improve going forward. If you're struggling to generate enough volume, I built an entire system that you can follow. You can find the links to that in the description of this channel. But if you're somebody who's struggling with this, then I would recommend, first and foremost, you just have to knuckle down, build a process or follow someone's process like mine that allows you to generate enough volume to actually see what is happening, to actually expect to get something back. Hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. Plenty more to come. Catch you in the next one.